is going on, everybody? I hope you're doing well. I clicked on this a long time ago, and it's still doing shaders. Sorry, didn't mean to hit the mic there. We'll get our audio check in and we'll see what's going on. That sounds all right. Okay, let's get this out of here and we should get ourselves underway. So our big project for this past week was to do, I got new glasses, by the way, so yay. But our big project was to refine materials out in the deep desert. And although I had a decent past 7 days as far as work schedule and life schedule goes, didn't have too many crazy things occurring. I was working on the video series we put out, trying to help newer players with deep desert. And between that and our project out in the deep desert and getting more footage and doing everything, so it spread a little thin. So we didn't get
I dream of it
as much.
amongst the wild threads of history and the myriad of paths.
All right, there we go. Testing features from your play while playing. Okay. We didn't quite get as much done as we had hoped. So our goal was 6K of Plastanium and 6K of spice, which is, it's doable, but it's a lofty goal, but it's doable. Once we load in here, we'll get an idea of where we stand. There we go. Hey, look, Atreides won. So I was kind of bummed out because I didn't quite hit the numbers I wanted to, but Atreides winning definitely has an effect on this, and I'll show you why. So here we got 48. I've been dropping all of that stuff into my big old carrier cargo container, and we'll drop this over, and we're just a little bit shy of 1, 2, 3, almost 4,000. So we missed it by 2K. It's kind of, I mean, we got to 2/3, but yeah, we do have quite a bit of water to play with right now. We just would have to go out and get more materials. We're definitely good on strophidium fiber, and in fact, I think I've got a bunch of masses still. Our little route through the wall area here has definitely given us access to way more strophidium than titanium, so we kind of offset ourselves. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I don't need any more of that. Now it's an issue to get it back home. Nope, a little glitchy there. So 4K roughly, we'll be able to get it here in a bit. 4K out of the 6 that we wanted for Plastanium. And for Spash, we got 1, 2, almost 3,000. So we barely even hit half. I always put the residue that you get so much of down there in the bottom. Each one of these comes from a single batch in the large. So as you can see, we did 14. I mean, you know, it's not for nothing. Between the two, I was less worried about the spice because I've got quite a bit of melange still back in the old Haga Basin. But the reason that I'm not too upset about it is, number one, I should be able to get the video series done in the next day or so. So that'll be off my plate. I got decent work schedule. Nothing crazy in life going on right now that I've said that. And because we won the Landsrad, it would look like we're going to reduce our crafting costs, right? To facilitate the production of goods during this period, Sheol fabricators registered to the Great House have had their production capacity increased. So we might be able to, crafting costs are reduced by 25%, meaning for, as far as like spice goes, because it's an easy number, I need 10,000 spice to make a batch. Now I'm only going to need 7,500 because it's going to be reduced by 25%, which is awesome. So the ground that we did not get to make this time, we will be able to get caught up. So we're going to come back out into the deep desert once again. The water we have stored up, I could drag it into Leader John's because I believe they're empty. They're all empty. I don't have enough to do 600,000, but anything extra, we'll be able to pop into that without messing around too much. So we're going to come out here and we're going to grab some titanium. Not too much because I don't want to dedicate myself to be out here for the next 8 hours. I've done that before where we queued up huge amounts of production the night the storm's coming, and then, you know, we tore everything down except the necessities and then had to wait. But it won't take us too long to get what we need. Boop, boop. Don't ever do that. That made us go up in the air. I'm not grabbing that strontium. Video series is doing really well, getting a lot of positive responses. I don't want to really spoil anything for what's coming out in the final part of it, which is going to basically... So the idea was with... I'm going to finish that statement. The idea was kind of making a guide for people who either haven't been to the deep desert yet or are brand new to it and trying to look for a little bit of guidance. It's not an end-all be-all, and just like everything I put out, this is just my advice. Take it or leave it. If it doesn't align with the way you want to do things, then don't do it that way. I'm just showing you my thoughts on the idea. I hit that button. I hit the button. Damn it. This ray cannot drop down. See that? Gets right up here in the corner. But damn, and it just spreads out so bad. I don't think I need enough titanium to actually get out and pick the little nodes up off the ground. But anyway, so that's what that video series was for. Newer players to the deep desert, and also, you know, we're getting to the point where we're catching up to veteran players, people that have already been out here a few times. Maybe they're just on the tail end of finishing up what they need to do out here, or, you know, maybe not. But we're going to talk about base breakdowns and how to adjust and change things, and really just try to tie the rest of the series up. Once you start making the machinery that you need. It was kind of fun. It was a lot. I've gotten better at my voiceover work, so it doesn't take me near as long to record, which is super awesome. Easy. Why is it so bad tonight? I'm not trying to be, you know, a negative person here, but I'm really concerned about these server migrations, because you start seeing these rubber banding server glitches and stuff, and I know that there's settings that I can go through that would make this a little better or a little easier. I can tone this down, etc., but I don't want to have to do that. I'm on default settings. I didn't mess with anything. This is what they suggest to run this game, and I meet the requirements, so why is this happening? But I'll tell you, man, it is definitely concerning. I have my questions. There was an article or Reddit post that somebody put out, and I've seen some people made videos about it, to where if you go to the server settings and, well, not the server settings, but the server menu, and you try to go to different servers and look at their sieges, on some of them it says locked, which is basically preventing new players from jumping in. And it is expected, and it also kind of makes sense, that that is kind of a prelude to that was so drastic it made me stop talking. Oh my. Is that a zone transition? No, not really. That was all the way up here. Okay, alright, Puncom. I don't even remember what I was talking about. That just completely blew my mind. Just barely got that one. But yeah, if you try to get on the server, it says it's locked. I remembered. And that is a prelude to the actual servers being shut down. So any day now, I'm expecting either the notification through their announcements, or when I try to log in, it letting me know that my world is going to disappear. My biggest concern is overall game performance. There are certain issues here, and also, you know, if you look at forum posts, things like that, other people bring up a lot of other issues that they're having, which I've experienced some I haven't seen yet. But I'm greatly concerned about that, about the potential server problems. And I know that the higher trafficked, the higher population servers like PAX and Harmony and Stoneheart, people that play on those servers talk about rubber banding, connection issues, problems. I'll be honest, I'm more worried about the server performance than I am about people. If you watch my streams and my content, in fact, a person asked me about the video that I made a while back about harvesting spice, and he brought up the point, he's like, are you on a private server? Or wondered if I was on a private or low population server, because he said every time he sees a medium field, there's already 2 or 3 people on it pulling from it. And when I show my videos, I'm just like driving up on medium fields and harvesting without a care, and I never see anybody. Which I did point out to that comment. I did respond to it, and I said, hey, you know, it happens. I'll come across a field and there's already somebody there. I think I see a node. There's already somebody there harvesting. Yeah, I did see one. And I'm not the kind of guy that's going to be like, oh, well, we can share. I prefer not. So I'll just roll on out, you know. I'll just chalk it up to I missed it. And I'm cool with that. But I don't make videos about that. There was one time I went out there and I came across a field that had already stopped with the upper cloud, so it had been there for a while. And there was a guy and he'd taken a bunch from it. I was like, all right, cool. And then I saw one go off and I was like, oh, okay. And I flew over to it. By the time I got there, there was an assault already on it. I was like, oh, well, missed that one too. Okay. So then I went to a third that I saw, and as I'm flying up to it, I see another guy flying into it. I'm like, all right, and he was ahead of me. So I was like, dude, what the heck? So yeah, I had 3 medium fields that had already been claimed by somebody. So it does happen. I just don't normally showcase it, and the few times I've streamed, I don't think I've ever really seen anybody. But I definitely am on a low population server, and it's relatively quiet. So it's another reason why I wanted to come out here and gather the resources like this, because I would like to get a feel for the deep desert wherever I end up landing, before I need materials, so I can get you know, a little bit of experience on it. It's better not to have that necessity driving my actions, because then I'll be more likely to play reckless, make mistakes, etc. So we can stockpile a whole bunch. That would be awesome. Still toying with whether or not, I'm just gonna leave you there for now. Still toying with whether or not I want to completely start a whole new character, or not that, carry this one over. Haven't decided yet. Boy, we did well. Look at us. So if we do this, how long is this going to take? Because it's 20 seconds for each one. We can do 530. And it's going to be 3 hours if we do the full run. Not really too excited about that. What are we at? 20 minutes? Well, let's back this down. Cat would like to come in the room. Alright, so that was enough to where it's going to be about an hour and 20 minutes or so. Let me let him in, because he's not going to stop. Yes, my lord. Yes, do you want to come in too? No? Is everybody going to come in? Hell yeah, it's a party now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Up here. Come on, guys. All right, everybody's in now. It's super awesome, right? I knew there was a cat there. Now there are 2 cats and a dog in here, so it's gonna be fun. But yeah, we just cycled it back to about an hour and 20 minutes. That will be within the time frame for the stream, and then we'll make decisions based off of where we sit there. Boom. All right. Well, when we're doing a teardown, and this is actually going to be part of the next video I make, I've seen some people that are pretty clever about this, to where they'll put some pillars down and they build completely off the pillars. In fact, let's go see if we can find it. There's a base out in the deep desert that they built on the very top of a spiral. I got a lot of stuff to get back. Holy cow. We'll go ahead and accept that. So I didn't normally do a lot of crash ships when I'm out here in the deep desert. Really isn't too much in there that drew me. I know it's a great place to get plasteel plates, which you need in order to make all sorts of fun and interesting pieces of equipment, and also to advance things, like if you want to go to your advanced fabricator, your survival fabricator, and turn regular armor into plasteel armor, you need plates, etc. But I always had a pretty good supply. I did eventually run out, I had to start doing ships. But already been on the overland map for the missions out there at the wreck of the Taiki. And I went into that ship that we just flew over. And I was like, oh, wow, this is just like the Taiki. And I'm like, pretty sure if I had come into these a whole lot in the early days, I would have been saying that the Taiki is built exactly the same as the others. It's actually kind of sad. I had no idea. I thought it was a whole new map design. It's not. It's your basic ship. We're going to have to get kind of close to the zone, so we'll head straight north. I did see a spice bloom over there. Just doing. Oh, sorry, hit the mic again. Just doing D sector. Eventually, I'll get that thing hanging from above, so it doesn't. So I don't keep bopping it like that. But yeah, it was a very clever design where this person built on the very top of a rock spire, and they basically just take out those bottom connectors, and the whole base just collapses. So very quick, very easy to tear that base down. Mine is unfortunately going to be a little more involved. There'd be some spice. I think I need actually a lot in order to get my next batch. So I believe we're going to not collect spice tonight. I originally wanted to cover the crashed ships in the video I was making for deep desert base building, and it's a medium too. Wow, I just realized that we're heading a little bit more northerly than we should be. Maybe we should go get the carrier, huh? Can't argue when they're within sight of each other. Oh, there he is. Found you. So right on the edge, so nicely positioned. And what they do is they just build some foundations or walls or whatever right off of the top spire of the rock. And then they build the rest of the base on top of it. From a physics standpoint, this makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, but we aren't that crazy about things. But yeah, in order to tear this down, all you got to do is take out this whole section here, and the entire base above it loses stability and crumbles. You just need to make sure you're near a box, so when everything drops down and exceeds your backpack inventory, when it lands on the ground, it's accessible. I've also seen people who, when they tear their base down, they will not take the stone. They'll kill the machines, and then they just leave the stone sitting there. I mean, it's not that hard to get replacement stone, but what I do with my base is I'll kill all the machinery, and then once the machinery's gone, and I know that like when I break stuff, it doesn't show up hovering in the air, I will just take out the bottom wall all the way around, and that just breaks everything. And I'm usually near the carrier container or the a large box or a medium box or something. But that's how I does it. So this spice bloom over here, which just finished to the right, since we're running right along the edge of PvP, PvE, that's going to be in the naughty zone. which normally doesn't bother me, but we have had several instances, especially over this weekend, of people behaving badly. We've gotten some carriers and some crawlers that were taken out. And some peeps got ambushed. I was harvesting from a medium field last night, and I had another carrier come up with a crawler, and they just dropped it right on top of me and started harvesting the field as well. And I'm like, okay. So I finished my stripe and then got out and flew away. Reason I do that is because it is potentially dangerous, you know. You could lose your equipment. I would prefer not to do that. It's easy enough to get it back, but plus the carrier, once it dropped the guy off, it flew over me and like was hovering around because I could see the little crane circle. So I don't know if they didn't know you couldn't do that or they're just messing around or whatever. Never spoke. I never spoke to him myself. Didn't bother me any. I actually wanted to go to bed anyway. But yeah, I could have vultured this. It would have been so much better. It's like there's a bloom way off in the distance over here too. It's probably as small. It doesn't look like it's repeating. Unclaimed as of right now. We're like 13K away from our base. It's gonna be a long, long trip. It's good positioning. It's real good positioning. I think because we got production happening tomorrow, we might just go ahead and forego that. We do have other stuff that we have to do. Realizing how far behind I was, we went ahead and knocked out a bunch of these. So I did 25 out of the 35s, but we got a short amount of time for this to matter. So I got 10 missions I have to do. We may want to go do that. As far as Landsrad stuff goes, I hit 14 with these guys, so hooray. There's another House Emota. Don't know why I said it that way. But yeah, so we got the swatch there, and we are 3,000 away from House Lindaren, and then I don't have any other points, believe it or not, with anyone else. I don't think I do. It's kind of a shame. Man, I was coming out of that menu expecting to be staring at a rock wall. We're still 7K away. It's horrible. I remember this high altitude fuel increase. Man, I used to like live by that. I would get up there to like 748 and hovering and moving and that. I don't care anymore now. Even in my carrier thopter, I don't care anymore. Go get some fuel cells, man. As you can see, hit that mic again. I carry a bunch, especially when I'm out here. I want the extra flight time. You go up to like 800 and kick in the vulture. Be able to go forever. But what I was saying was I got 3 more missions I have to do for House Lindaren in order to get the swatch for them. And then I'll have 7,000 points worth of Landsrad missions that I'm just not gonna have a valid place to spend them. how much did I total end up with? I was trying to go for 6K, but um, we're coming in at 4. I've got an hour and a half worth of processing left to go. That should take me over the edge. Um, I could have hit 6K if I'd have really tried hard, but yeah, 4K is how much total I got. Wired. Why we need some? I really. Next week we're gonna do some changes to the base. This little stairway works well, but I'm constantly running around outside. I'm like, dude, get your butt inside. I'm gonna check on what this is doing. No, no. I could go out there. How much time did I put into farming? Um, I gotta be honest, man. The Plastanium takes no time at all. It takes me about maybe 15. Told me they need it. All right. Um, each run takes me about 13 minutes. Once I get in the buggy and leave, that's with the extra storage piece and an improved cutter array on my buggy. So I'm doing everything that we can here. So we got the focused cutter array. We got the extra boot size. This is pretty much just standard. Well, yeah, of course, but it is at least a tier 6. And my skill sets. Wait, that's not the button I wanted to hit. I wanted to hit that. I do the 20% extra with the vehicle, and got some stuff that I got, but I haven't unlocked it yet. Boy, look at that thing go. Combat should have gone as well. Is there anything in here? It's possible that these are kicking in, you know? I can't say whether they are or aren't, and I think it's the vehicles. It's heat dissipation. I didn't realize that was kicking in. The vehicle speed, yes, I do. That's how I'm getting the 200 kilometers on a non-thrusted scout. Some of these skills and some of these bonuses you don't quite notice until they build up a whole lot. But yeah, that speed bonus, you notice that immediately. When you start combining that with like the heat dissipation and the heat reductions for boosting and stuff, it definitely shows. Yeah, it takes usually 10 to 15 minutes, somewhere in that range, depending on how much I want to go wired in order to get a full buggy. And I try to split it up as much. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to do that this week. I've been getting way more strontium in my routes than I have plastanium. I run 5 wind traps up on the roof, and I supplement that with these 2 guys here. Usually I'll use every bit of water, and then when I come back on, after I go to sleep, then I wake up, go to work, and then when I come home, so usually about 14 to 16 hours later, 20 hours probably, there'll be enough water there to make probably 2 full batches, but I can knock out 500 to 600 per night, only playing a couple hours. If I dedicated like the whole weekend, like Saturdays, like boom, we're just going to be doing this. If I could keep the water running, which we definitely have to do way more death stills. But yeah, we could do a decent amount. So we got 60 in here now. I've been putting everything that I made so far this week in the first 2 rows here. So this is what I've done, boop, all week. And we still have another 200 coming out. And I think I could make another 267, but if I do that, it's going to be time I don't feel like I have, because it's going to add like an hour and a half to my production time, and I don't know if I'm going to be out here that long. Of course, I could just set it up to do it, and yeah, I could set it up to do it, because I know I definitely have Landsrad stuff I have to do. Screw it. All right. So I'm making another stack right here. So that will put me at 10. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right about 4,500 Plastanium per week. Not hitting it as hard as I definitely could. What did I just sign up for? 221. That's not bad. Why is it stopping at that point, though? Oh, it's the water. I ain't got enough water. Otherwise, I could make more. So I still got 1,000 titanium that we're going to drag back. There are worse things, right? Well, I guess what we'll do, periodically, we'll get towards the end of the week knowing that things are going to break down or have to be broken down. And we start emptying things. Like this box used to have stuff in it. Now it doesn't, because I need it empty. This one still has stuff. For spice, if I'm not going to make it, I could probably start tearing things down. I will start breaking stuff down as I know I'm not going to use it. We're not going to do spice tonight anymore. So I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead. Am I on it? Nope, I am not. And we're going to start breaking things down. That way we don't have to rush later. Alright, so what I like to do, this is where my spice is. The spice sand, I don't have a whole lot in there. I'm going to stand right next to this when I break this bad boy down, because I know it's going to fill up my inventory. So all that's still laying on the ground. This doesn't have much in it, but we can put that and that there. And then we'll just have to, one by one, that's just to get some extra space, so I don't have to keep pushing the button like I am. That worked so much better, didn't it? Large spice refinery is no joke, isn't it? What, you want out now? You don't want to be in here? This is the greatest place in the world, and now all of a sudden you don't want to? There we go. Okay. So this helps with power, too. We can start tearing down power units, because we just took a big chunk away from what we need. You can't see it from here, though, unfortunately. I know. So we'll go back to the carrier. I want to try to keep that separate from what we did before. So I'll tell you what. Oh my gosh, you're such a whiny little baby. That works out nice, because we're not going to make any more. See, that residue, I'd kind of be fine if it just hit the damn ground. So one of the issues is I got to be careful bringing Plastanium in, because if I don't, it's going to dump it into here, and we'll kind of lose track of where we stand with that. So I'm going to bring in all of this stuff. Oh, look at that. I got space right there. Yeah, I should just be kick transferring it over, but we're not going to do that just yet. Oh my gosh, let me leave. All right. I have so much of this. I have 2 containers of this back home. Tell you what, we're actually going to be a horrible person. We're going to be wasteful. I'm going to bring over just this much, because we do use it. We do use it for filters and for other stuff. And the rest of it, we're just going to let hit the ground. Such a waste. So if you do that, if there's something in a box and you destroy it, it just lays here in the ground, so you can pick it up if you want. Looks like I had more than enough space in here. I'll bring this stuff over. And this room is clear, so hooray. Tell you what we're going to do. This is what I like to do. I like to grab a box that I'm going to be putting materials and such in. And I'll go upstairs and we're going to clean up the roof a little bit. Not from there, we're not. Because we don't need all of this stuff running right now. We're not going to make anything else. So we don't need to do the extra water. So what we're going to do here is we are going to shut this machine down. Actually, we're going to shut them all down. I don't know, do I have filters still in them? No, I don't, so they're not going to get anything. But we brought out enough for the week. That's exactly what we got done, didn't we? I read somewhere, you'll notice that I have all my stuff set associate. I didn't take the time to, like, move it over. Apparently, the nefarious people that play this game have also discovered something that can be done to sorry, heard situations going on. They found ways to exploit containers and bases and stuff if they're set to associate. I don't know the specifics about it, nor do I care, but it would seem that once again, people's bad behavior. I'm hoping that the water amount that's in here, it's not a whole lot. I mean, there's 547. We are not that low, so I still got 1,000 left over. That should be in the tanks. And skadoosh, skadoosh. So we got a big old chunk of stuff laying here in the ground. Wow. Almost did that horribly wrong, didn't I? I love that extra backpack space, and holy cow. Oh, that is huge. Alright, so that's those. Let's see, with those machines down and the other ones off, we are well below. So we can take some of these guys down. They might have, yeah, still got some Some lubricant left over. Wow, going the wrong direction. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's 8 o'clock. Oh no, it's 6:46. Time change is definitely messing with me. I don't know about anybody else that experiences that wonderful thing. Why do I keep getting the notification? You go over here and we'll just bring all this stuff over. Take another 700 off if I lose these two machines, but that clears the roof. I think it's worth it. Get over here. My hand's off. Okay. Almost jumped off the damn building. I mean, if it shuts down their base, it shuts down their base, right? It's not gonna shut down the base. We definitely have enough power to make it through what we're doing. You're not gonna have. Oh, look at that. That extra 125. That's high. Does that seem high? Alright, so then we're going to come over here, and I'm going to jump down this way, set our box down. We can go ahead and break these things. I don't know. I'll be able to break these two. I don't know if I'll be able to break no. I don't know if I'll be able to break a third one. Maybe if we come over here I can. Oh, look at that. Yep. And then, now that we got all that done, got at least some stuff done here. Makes it a little easier later. And we'll put this box back over here. How did I get this box from? Oh, it was from inside. Okay. I'm stupid. It was from inside of there. Yeah, I was looking at it. I was like, well, you're still here, and you're still there. And that's why I can't be trusted alone, man. Boom. There's nothing in that. Boop, boop, boop. Only 4 guys made it through. I think I'm actually empty. Back in, back in old Haga Basin. Where did that guy end up going? There he is. Try to maintain some semblance of order. It is difficult, though. And I actually don't need to, because we are, we're in good shape. I could probably kill the death stills, too. But this is boring, right? There are some other tasks that we have to do. For instance, I have far too many vehicles here. Why did I set this up? So we need to select our backup tool, and we're going to get some things out of here. But we're going to actually go do something else. This thing has to run for quite a while. We've got plenty of fuel in here. I think it's telling me it always had like 9 hours left, right? Yeah, we're at 27. I got 9 hours, so plenty of time. But we're going to leave the buggy here. Sandcrawler we could take apart if we wanted to. Basically, I have to make 2 trips out. Because I have 2 Thopters over here. I've got my standard runabout, and then I've got my combat one with rockets. And then I've got the carrier in there. So I could pocket one of these little guys and then fly back. What I end up doing is I'm going to pocket my attack Thopter. And then we're going to take this one and we're going to head back to Haga. And when we do that, we'll drop this off and it'll stay, and then we'll fly back out here eventually. That way we can pilot the carry-all by pocketing this thing, and then we'll put the other vehicles in the cargo container to get them out. We could, if we wanted to, take them out now, but not that big of a deal. That's empty. So we know for a fact that not only are we going back to Haga, but we're going back to our base. So we should find some stuff to take with us. That all goes in the thing. That all goes in the thing. Now, you know what? We could pick up some of this stuff. I hate leaving things. I hate the time change, dude. It's ridiculous. It's like an antiquated waste of time. That extra 45 mattered, right? And then when I get back to Haga and dump this stuff all off, then I'm going to sit there and complain about how I don't need this. But sometimes decisions like that are best made when you're not in a rush. So we went ahead, picked that up. Now we're going to switch over to Mr. Scout, who is full of stuff already. I was unaware. We will drop this off. We will put you in here, and let's see if we can find some light stuff we could throw in our backpack. Well, looks like 4 is definitely a light one, and 5 is as well. 6, 4, 5. That should be good enough for right now. I think we actually could put a bunch of this stuff in our bag. Are we going to be able to fit both of them? Piss off. Let's get our stealth suit out. We don't need to keep that there. And since I put all the fuel cells except for this little pitiful one, I should probably grab a couple of those. The rest of this can stay. All right, it's good enough. We got to get out of here. So I'm going to go pocket the old attack Thopter and get her back to Haga. Since we're making a trip, like I said, let's go ahead and pack it full of whatever we can. Boop. Is it going to get mad because there's rockets in it? Absolutely not. Cool. And we're off. So she looks a little different, but there's definitely worse things. Now, normally I would have made a Solido or whatever it is copy of it before I started breaking some boxes, but we're going to be making changes to the layout. I want to get a little more creative. We're going to use different walls and sections. So I want to get the base down, and then I'll just put the machines in and the fabricators and stuff as I get there. So I'm not really too sad about the machines I've already torn down, but because we did want to make some changes, and it's going to take a little bit longer to get things set up. But I want to do some design changes, throw a little flair on there. In one video, I highlighted Zen Monkey, and she's got some incredible builds where she really packs things into a smaller base footprint, but it's equally, if not more, functional than what I've got. So you will see I spend quite a bit of time running around from place to place to place to place. So I need to reevaluate my base size and get an idea. So I'm gonna make in my carrier I've got a Solito gun that's empty, and I'm gonna scan that base before we get too crazy. But we'll play it by ear. Okay, sorry. Sitting there looking at other stupid stuff. Getting hot in here, isn't it, bud? If y'all can see him just chilling on the mattress there. So this is also the first time in a while in this game that I felt pressed for time. I've mentioned quite a few times, that one thing I really like about this game is that I can do whatever I want. You know, I can play by ear. And if I don't want to do something, I don't have to. It can be as stressful as I decide I want it to be. Whatever, jittery. Oh my gosh. And I like that. This week, between... Came in a little low there. This week, between all the other things we're doing and trying to be out in the deep desert, all that stuff, it's actually been kind of a chore to squeeze everything in. Ooh, I don't want to put you in there. So it's kind of neat to be pressured. Just trying to make sense of it. Okay, that's good. And then we'll go to you. We should have enough space. Oh, it's going to be tight. 98. That's what I'm talking about. It is definitely time to go through the old dump box.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Oh, now we're stuck here. All right. Oh, no, that Coriolis storm, I guess. Whatever. So I've got a little bit of time, 3 hours, in order to finish off any points that I want, because it's going to reset and not be an option. So this one, we did get the 14, so that's a swatch that we're going to get. And I still need to do 3 missions here for House Lindarin. So we are going to... I guess we'll just do these 3. They're all 1,000, right? Kill any witnesses. Sign me up. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do that. So 1 and 2 and then 3. That'll get us our 14. And I'll still have 7 more missions to do for points. And what I'll probably end up doing there is just I'll take a peek around and see based off of this, which is skills, and then to the specializations. Got a couple things here. We're going to increase this a little bit. I guess I could look into some gathering stuff. Combat is really close. Might do at least 1 combat, and that'll push us over the line to get us an extra percentage. We're doing really well on that. We got 42% damage, 21% mitigation. So I guess I should buy this stuff. I don't think I have Melange on me, but I have a ton around. Jackpot yield. Let's do that real quick. And then we'll head back out. But the other 7 missions, I'll just look at some of the skills. Like I said, I need some combat to finish up. Gosh, there's only 18 in here. All right. So here's my box of Melange. As you can see, I got a decent amount here. But we did want to replace the stores. We're not getting as much as we'd hoped, but at least it's something, right? We're going to make use of that Chome contract stuff. So, back to you, and let's just buy everything we need, right? I need you. Hey, we're going to get some extra melee augmentations. That's nice. And you're done. And you're done. You I can buy. I think that's it, right? Yeah, we own everything there. And there. And there. And there and there. Okay. So we're good. Until we need to do it again. I'll just put you back in here instead of going all the way through. Just thought of something, man. We need to get that attack bird out of our inventory. That would have angered me. I'm going to heal for no reason whatsoever. I don't even think I was hurt. And we get some water. It's a little rough to get her into the spot we want, but once she's there, all she's got to do is sit there and look pretty. And she does. Okay, so should we do testing station 152 first? It's been a while, so I'll probably do it terribly. Oh, you know what we can do? We can put our big boy pants on. By that I mean, you see here I've got a level 1 chess piece, and these are all ungraded, but I do have some augments in these things. So like this helmet's got 199, but if I come over, I think it's here. Got myself some level 4 graded forge stuff. So that's an extra 100 armor value, which is pretty good. It's good. I haven't even worn it. Still at 100 out of 100. This will be helpful as we keep progressing higher up in dungeon levels. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting to the point where they're starting to hurt more, even with a high damage mitigation. But testing station 152, it's not the boss that kills you. It's the electricity. For me, it's the getting hit by the electricity and then like about because I know the pattern and I know where I'm supposed to go. And just because I know where I'm supposed to go doesn't mean that's where I'm going to go. And in fact, there's a good chance that occasionally I will not go the way I'm supposed to go, which then results in me getting shocked. And for some reason, it seems like once I get shocked, I'm going to get shocked another. Could get shocked a second time. I'm probably shot by the boss as well. He doesn't kill me, but he ruins my day. Before we go on, I hope I'm saying it right. Galadorno, you're the first person to recognize it for what it's for. And to you. Most people just see a Lord of the Rings poster. I do have the Peter Jackson films. I have the actual movie posters, like the ones that they use at the theater. So it's going to be like backlit, looks all pretty. But I have ones for all three of the Peter Jackson films. Not the Hobbit films, but the Lord of the Rings stuff. That actually I got. Hold on. I'll be right back. It'll take a couple minutes. Let me show you something. Okay, sorry about that, but yes, we will do this. I had to like run downstairs and everything. That poster, we're gonna just go with galley because it's a lot easier for me to say. I got from this, which is the soundtrack to the Ralph Bakshi films. For those of you that don't know, before Peter Jackson made him so famous, Ralph Bakshi actually was doing a rotoscoped animation of Lord of the Rings. Most people think of Lord of the Rings / Hobbit stuff as being the Rankin Bass animations. This was an early animation project from Ralph Bakshi. It's dated. It's like, wow. And there are some definitely scary, crazy looking moments. But that, this is actually was a numbered and signed thing. And that poster is one of the things that came with it. There is also a really cool music book that came with it. That's got some of the artwork. I don't know how well you guys can see all that stuff. And look at the camera. But yes, it has a whole bunch of the artwork that came from it. I found this in the store one time. Was like, must have. That poster also came with it. And I hadn't seen too many of the Ralph Bakshi posters paraphernalia. The swords are actually prop swords from the movies. Yeah, I don't know. How much can you guys see? Yeah, you can see the Shield of Gondor back there. On last night to fall asleep to, hell yeah. I watch Amazon Prime. I've got the 3 extended versions down. That's my favorite sleep comfort music movies. But I got Aragorn's sword, Anduril, and the dagger that he gets in the first movie. And then I have the Witch King's sword, which you guys can't see. And also have Morgul blade. And real quick, because I'm nerding out to an incredible level, up here, completely out of view from everything, is Sting. So yes, huge Lord of the Rings fan here. Have been since I was a child. Up on the bookshelf up there. Can you see the bookshelf? Yeah, you can barely see the bookshelf. Up on the bookshelf, we've got multiple different versions of Lord of the Rings depending on when they were published. So there you go. I nerded out. But thank you for noticing the Ralph Bakshi. You are the first one in a year and a half, I think. We'll go back. I'll give you credit for it, dude. It's not bad. It's not bad. I've seen people that have like entire rooms full of that stuff. It's a little pricey. I got the ones that really cared, that mattered to me, and then I realized, like, dude, if you don't stop buying this stuff, you're gonna buy so many things. So we're gonna put on our big boy clothes for this. We're gonna see if we can do 152 and get a better level. I don't need the still suit anymore. I got the hiccups from running. Don't ask me why. I don't need to do that. I don't think I have it set for colors, so we are definitely going to lose this. But yeah, we're going from 199, we're going up to 290, so that's cool. We got 324, 435. Pants, 290, 200, so we're picking up an extra. Remember, they had augments on them. Gloves, 146, 218. And then finally, we're going to take our 104 soft step boots off and we're going to put 218s on. So look at us being super extra strong and oddly colored. We are using a level 4 static needle. And we got a level 3 Dune Watcher. I still use this regular. I haven't gotten a good one of these yet. So is what it is. Look at me. That's not me. It's me tonight. The amount of time that I had to properly customize my my gear, I spent nerding out about Lord of the Rings. So, no one to blame but myself. We're gonna do one more Lord of the Rings nerd out thing. One more. Hey, honey.
Yeah.
You busy?
No, one TikTok. They're not busy.
Come over here. I'm streaming, so don't swear. Don't swear. You can stand right there. You don't have to be on camera.
That's fantastic.
The person in my chat, it's Galadornal. I'm gonna read a message.
Hi.
Beautiful Ralph Bakshi poster.
Oh! Fantastic.
Yep. So there you go.
Yay!
That's the first time I've seen you in chat,
That's awesome.
Gally, and now made you famous. Mrs. Rabbit approves. Then I went and got my album and showed it off.
Okay.
Then we started talking about swords on the walls and
completely detoured from what you were supposed to be
absolutely,
doing.
yeah.
Enjoy.
Sure. Here, check this out. Oh, lack of focus. We got Funkos too. I don't do them for the value of the money. I do them for the stuff. I actually have the whole fellowship. I thought about getting a bunch of Nazgul, so I'd have 9 and 9, but no, we didn't do that. We got sensible. Back to Dune. Dune Awakening. Here we go. Sand. That's what I should do with the super chats and all that stuff. And memberships, once I get them set up, be like, help me buy more swords. Don't help me buy more swords. Okay. If you haven't done this yet, I know some people have, like Jiggy is and Wired, they're amazing at this thing. I haven't done as many of the dungeons as I'm supposed to. But this dungeon is very easy up to the boss. The boss fight's where everything happens. So up until that point, it's pretty much just standard procedure. We're going to pull that thing out. We're going to go with this. And then we're going to come up here. I don't even remember what I'm at. Current max rank is 7. So I can do 7. As you increase these, so if you do it at level 1, you got a 99% chance of getting an ungraded arm. That is this. So see how there's a circle going around and I've got nothing here. This is ungraded. So this is a Regis drill shot. At one point was one of the better guns you could get, not including uniques. Regis is the highest level of just standard building things. But that's what ungraded means. We're a little bit hit. Why do I even have that? What the hell? But yeah, that's what an ungraded is. So if I go in here at level 1, I've got a 99% chance of ungraded. I got a 1% of getting grade 1 armor and weapons. So it's not going to happen, but I've actually had a lot better results than I thought I would from this. And then we have grade 1 augmentations, 100%. So any augmentations you get will be grade 1. As you increase, and also, real quick, it weakens the enemies a lot, and you get a little XP bonus. So shield power, shield regeneration, damage, health. As you go up, these numbers stop being negatives and start being positives. And these things start to get better. So it's from 99 to 91. And then it goes down to 80, 67. And then finally, when you get to level 6, now grade 1 is 99%, and the 1% is grade 2. So the higher up you go, the better gear you're going to get, quote unquote, better gear, better augmentations, but the enemies are stronger. Really don't notice it going through this with the the regular bad guys. Yeah, they're tougher. It takes more shots to kill them, but they're no smarter than they've ever been. But the boss fight is where the money's made on here. And I'm going to warn you right now. Take shots while healing. Yeah, exactly. I've got a better than average grasp on this boss fight, obviously. I mean, you know, at least I'm level 7. But what I see happens, the first phase, there's 4 different phases. First phase, yeah, bite me. It's easy. Second phase is pretty much the first phase, but now it's spinning. Easy to handle. The third phase is where life gets a little crazier. And there's an actual pattern that you have to pay attention to. And as long as you know the pattern and can keep yourself, you know, keep your head out of your own ass, it's not hard to do. The fourth phase is kind of like the third phase, except a little bit different, but there's a pattern. As long as you follow the pattern, what you basically want to do is damage the boss when the time is right and keep yourself moving and evading. The issue I run into, I usually really good at, first phase easy, second phase easy, third phase I'm pretty good at. But the fourth phase gets a little chaotic for me. Just a tad. Sometimes third can get bad. My issue with this is if you make a mistake, you're going to pay for it. Just depends on how much you're going to pay for. Whether it's a fatal mistake or whether it's just an inconvenience. So up until the boss room, we're not going to have to worry. But my mission that I have for this place is going to make me go all sorts of weird places. So it's going to take a little bit longer, and it's not something you would normally have to do. But I'm going to cancel this. So I got to find the first static resistant turbine, and it's 224 meters that way. But we're going to go ahead and try to advance ourselves in this, and we're going to do, like I said, I can't do 8, so I got to do 7. And here we go. Hello.
Greetings, authorized visitor.
Hi. So this, you know, doesn't seem to change. It's more of just running through. I mean, we've already gone through several rooms. I haven't even seen a bad guy. This thing likes to shock me in the face because I think I can make it when I can't. Turn that. I don't think it worked. Alright, we'll go around the loop again. There we go. And I guess hitting too many buttons. What am I doing on tarts? 800? I don't really use them, but whatever. Alright, so we're like a third of the way through and we haven't even seen a bad guy or anything. But there they are. So this room's actually really easy. There's a spawn point on that side and this side. So you just kind of keep them split up. And for the most part, it's manageable. Again, I'm using level 4 armor and level 4 weapons. But there's still going to be a bit of a fight. But we're going to run in here. I'm here. It just took 3 stabs. 3 heavy stabs, but there is a melee person in here somewhere who's not cooperating. Where are you? There you are. Alright, I can still get them with 1. So when they're both dead, the light starts flashing. Bad guys are coming back out. Oh, only took 2. This person always hides back here. Lights flashing, so wonderful things are happening. Alright, it's only taken 2 this time. Come on. Door goes green. Trap is clean. Ghostbusters reference. Be some medical supplies here. We could probably, I'll take a 4, sure. Hit the button again. I always do that. Whenever I clear out a box, I'll go to hit escape to leave it, and that's why I keep dropping out. We're fine. Alright, so now we get to walk through here. And we got another... Oh, okay. I got worried there because I was like, wait, I'm supposed to be collecting things, and then I didn't know how far away it is. It's still 39 that way, so that's good. Should be in here. So this room, we don't have to worry about too much. Like it's inside, so... And we just gotta wait for this one, and that's what we want. So now I just gotta collect the second one. Tell you what, we'll go ahead and we'll pick up the ID band. Sure. That ID band is actually for the first room we were just in. That guy didn't have a good time here. That lets us get in this door. There should be some schematics or something. Level 1. I'll take them. What were the pants? Out pants. Fancy. It's freaking loud as heck in this thing. Alright, so we can't get through that. So we gotta go up here. And we gotta turn that off. Don't need them. That button that we just pushed right back there is for the electricity that's all over this thing. You can go back through and get it. If you go back through the doors, you can actually get up here. There is a chest in there, but it's not got anything I care about. So we're just going to push that button. That makes the floor stop being painful. And then we're going to keep on going. Now here's a second room of bad guys. And this gets a little more hairy because there's going to be 3 waves again. There's a melee, a shooter dude, and then there's going to be a chain gunner at the end of the whole fun part. These guys are going to be very close to each other. So I'm going to try to separate out Mr. Melee here, deal with him. Then I'll go kill the other guy, and then we'll take them on one by one. Come on. Waited too long. Now I'm getting shot. That's okay. Hey. Lights flashing red means the dude's gonna come out of here. Hey, what's up? Oh, nice dodge. And then this person likes to kind of hide too. Light starts flashing. Now, actually, it's going to be the melee person that comes out of here.
Eyes on enemy.
Alright, that's bad. I played around with her and now I'm taking rounds. Alright, let's get over here. She'll follow. And I wasted time again. Where is that turd? Alright. Time to end you. So now it's just the chain gunner guy. I don't even know where he went though. Oh, there he is. Made a little tough. Not tough enough though. Access is granted. So 21 meters over there is the other thing I need, which is right here. And then unfortunately this one is inside of this room. Normally you wouldn't have to go here, but because I have the mission I have to. So you see you can't jump up in the air because those things will hit you. And you got to be careful where you do that. So we're going to let that one go by. So when you get shocked like that, it doesn't really hurt you, but it takes away your shield. So as you can see, we had to wait for the shield to come back, which is rather poopy, but that's the thing I need. So now it says to obtain turbine schematics from the facility head. That's the main boss guy, so I gotta kill that guy. I don't need that. Mark 4 I'll take. Mark 2. Yeah. Might as well, right? Health packs are health packs. Pretty cool, huh? That did hurt a little bit, huh? Alright, well, now we're going to come over here. And there he is, the idiot himself. That is the facility head. He's a planetologist guy. At this point, we want to make sure that we've got everything set up that we need. I'm going to drop this into here because I don't need to back up any kind of vehicles in here. I usually go melee with this guy. I don't bother shooting him. This gun doesn't do enough damage to him at a higher level. It did fine in the beginning, but it just doesn't do anything now. And it's a little hard to poison this guy. So that's the way I do it. We'll just lead in with the static needle and have a blast. As far as my skills, I've got the turret, which is helpful. Pop that down, and as I'm evading and moving around and doing stuff, it'll be chipping damage. Not a whole lot, but anything is better than nothing. I don't really use the Shiga Claw, but I can use that to stun him to get some extra hits in, but I don't really see a use for it because it's kind of one of those things that I've got a very small window to attack, so I just attack during that window. But we will hopefully use some knee charges. That's definitely a little bit of fun. If Homeboy kills us, then we spawn out here and he's back to full health and we get to do the whole thing all over again. There are no other bad guys. It's just me and him. He has a cute little pistol gun that doesn't do a whole heck of a lot, but he can do a charge shot and shoot it and hit you, and that will hurt. And he's very good at timing that with when the electricity blast shoots your takes your shield down. The best I can explain it from here is you see these little things on the wall that's kind of hard to see through the red thing, but there's like these three little balls with the white lights, and you'll notice they're all around the room. They're going to be shooting electricity off. The first phase, it's going to go from like this one across the room to whichever one's opposite of it from the center. So it's just going to go and shoot, and then it just rotates, and then it comes from the top and goes down. So you just basically don't stand in the electricity line, and then when you see it coming down, when it gets to the you just stay on the ground, and when it's on the bottom, you gotta jump up in the air and hover a little bit, and away you go. The second phase is almost exactly the same, except they rotate, which is really cool. But they're easy. You just wait for your opportunity to do as much damage as you can, fall back, get yourself reset, wait for that opportunity to open up again, and have at it. The third phase, the little thing comes down from the ceiling, and instead of just a small section or a rotating section, there's the whole pie pieces here, like from this thing to that one. That whole thing electrifies, and it's all three layers. There are safe zones. You just got to make sure you're in the safe zone. It rotates counterclockwise and then clockwise. Maybe. Then it comes from the ceiling, middle, and then you got to jump up in the air so it doesn't shock you, and then it just restarts. The key to this is you want to look at the little thing in the center that's going to be behind Dingleberry there, and it has a circle on the very base. Like it's a little ball and it has a circle. Pay attention to where a circle is. The first blast that it does, you want to be standing there where you're looking at the circle, and then that tells you the rotation that you need to do. So from that point on, now you know to go clockwise, counterclockwise, etc. And it only works for like the first blast, so you know you just got to pay attention to it. When you jump up in the air to get away from the one on the floor, that's when you're going to look at that thing in the middle and say, okay, I need to land in the proper spot. I believe it goes counterclockwise, then clockwise. Boy, I hope I'm right. Jiggy, am I right? Jiggy will know. Phase 3, it starts out, you're standing in the safe zone, then you got to rotate counterclockwise, correct? Then you go clockwise, then you go up in the air. We'll wait for him to respond. I'm pretty sure. Then the fourth one, it's spinning while it does that. It goes a little bit faster, but it goes much quicker. And then it does the top, middle, bottom, and then does it again. The issues I have with this is once I get in a rhythm, rock and roll, we're awesome. No problems. Once I get my rhythm broken by something dumb, namely me, it's hard to get back in the swing of it. You know what I mean? Like once I miss it, where I thought I was in a clear space, but no, it shocks me. Then you know I get down, and then the next one's going to shock me too. One thing that I don't see too many guides talk about, I do have seen in some of them, the closer to the middle you stand, the less ground you have to cover. For instance, let's say from us to him right now and to that panel on the floor, if that was one of these little pie sections, if we're out here, we've got to run all the way around to get clear. But if we're up there where he is, it's just a much shorter distance. So if you play it closer to this center portion, not all up in it, but play it closer to the center portion, if you realize, because it gives you a few seconds, like you have about a half a second to realize you're screwed. Not really enough time to do too much. But if you're up in there, you might be able to dash into a clear spot. Whereas if you're out here, it's too much distance to cover. You might be able to knee charge out, but you might not. If your shield goes down, don't worry about attacking. Just worry about moving, staying with the pattern, and evading damage. I've got 3 different health packs loaded up. I've actually got the my normal button for 4 is my normal health button, and that's where I've got 20 of these Mark 6s. So this is the crap I'm about to get killed. These, just stuck them in there. I've actually got another set of Mark 6s. Where is... I used to have Mark 4s here, but what ended up happening was I kept doing these missions and doing other stuff, and I just started getting way more Mark 6s, so I was like, screw it, I'll just bring them all. This, I don't know, this isn't going to heal a lot. Here you get 100. Here you only get 25. And they take about the same amount of time to apply. So we're going to rely on 4. I'm actually going to switch those because I'm not likely to use those, but I know 4 and 6 are where my health is normally at. So we're going to get in here. I'll try to talk as much as I can. And try to talk my way through it. And here we go. So, just going to get a quick shot in. Didn't do a lot of damage. So there's the line. I have found that Funcom and I have totally different ideas on the word close. Where I take damage from things that I'm like, yo, dude, there was no way that that was anywhere near me. Now we're good. Now it's going to be in the, oh, we're going top again. I'm going to get a stab in just to let him know he cares. Then we just make sure we're not in the way. Whoa, see, come on. So now we're just going to kind of stay moving. I'm not going to sprint. It doesn't require sprint when you're in the outer edge like this to stay away from his damage. I'm just waiting for my shield to come back. Which it did, so now... Oh, nicely done. Alright, so now it's going to be the second phase. I'm going to go ahead and drop this. And we just need to make sure we're not in the electricity. Already halfway gone, that's good. See, I feel like I got past that one, but nope. The game said no. We're a little hurt. Never try to put healing on while your shield is down. And we're going to give up this damage phase. We're going to give up that damage phase to get the health pack attached. Alright, now comes the fun part, guys. So the thing comes out of the ceiling. I probably should be over here damaging him. And we just want to make sure we're looking at this. Now we're safe. And then we go counterclockwise. And now it goes the other way. And now we're going to come in here and stab him. I went too soon. So we're just going to keep moving. We're going to go up in the air and make sure we land in front of the circle. That shield can come back at any time. Thank you. Now we got to go this way one more time. Now it's going to be up in the air. This is when you want to attack him. Cannot believe that we didn't get it. That was actually kind of dangerous. Again, you got to be in front of the circle. I'm really surprised it didn't hit me. Always a bad thing if you get stunned, because I can't jump. That's what I'm talking about. And you're going to kill me, aren't you? Wow. Alright, shield's back. We're very badly hurt, but we're going to go ahead and get the heal in. What was that? Unfortunately, my turret's not going to be enough to kill him. I don't know why I'm kind of hovering, but I get hit once, and then I automatically get hit a second time, and then when I get downed, there's nothing I can do. So, unfortunately, when you go over here to the checkpoint and respawn, it puts you right in the back in the beginning. I just took a little bit of damage. Not much, but a little bit. You see, now I'm down to 98. Worst thing that can happen is like this. My suspensor belt goes because you need it for this fight. So I can't play around for too many more times. We're going to go in with a little more anger and focus on hurting him much more. You notice I dropped my turret and then never set it off. So we're going to come in here. And now I have been somewhat angrier. I'll do much less talking. Alright, come here, douche. Stamina's a little low, so we're just going to kind of skitter about a little. Wait till that effect wears off. I'll let this one slide. I gotta wait and see where the wall is. There we are.
Initiating advanced sequence.
Alright, let's get ourselves set up. Doing a little bit of tick damage to this douchebag. You can gauge the speed of that the electricity by following these along, but try not to get too close to the walls. That's one of the things that kind of screwed me the first time here. Doing alright. I'm going to wait until that turret definitely gets over. I want to be able to do that extra little bit to him.
Need more ammo.
You can sit down is what you need.
Power on.
I got a little bit of damage on him. We weren't quite far enough. Good thing we caught that. Now we got to go the other way. And once more. Now we go in to hurt him. Make sure you're in front of the circle. I'm actually going to stab him because he's going to be in range. Almost paid the price for that. Let's go ahead and start number 4, right? Dude, take damage. Too far away, idiot. Barely made that. Right now, I just want to try to... There we go. Now we got my shield back. I'm going to get shocked again. Alright, well, he's going to kill me, so I got to run around until we get our shield back. One mistake. I'm gonna talk less. On the boss that window than I could, but just melee burns through darts though. Yeah. Alright. We'll go ahead and we'll just use a big one. Why not? Third try's a charm, right? Shut up. How's that not hurting him? Oh, it's just barely hurting him. Okay.
Lightning strike again. Need more ammo.
Come on.
Seen too much.
Alright.
The mag.
That was a hell of a dodge. He just sidestepped out of there like he didn't even care. That was close. Oh my god. Now I can't jump. Awesome. Okay, shield's back.
I'm empty.
Alright, played a little more safe. I've been kind of pushing some attacks when I definitely not going to get the attack in.
Need another mag.
As long as your shield's up, boy, that
This will bring you down.
maybe. Got quite a few extra shots in there I'm not going to complain about. Normally you shouldn't do this, but oh. Wasn't paying attention.
You've seen too much.
And again, wasn't paying attention, and now I'm knee deep in the electricity. Holy cow. Alright, there we go.
Your power.
Get that shield back. We're still in good shape, though. That was dangerous, but
Power on.
it's how it works, right? We live in dangerous times. Come on. Come on. Take damage. Paid the price. Alright. Now we just need to kind of chill out till the shield comes back. Awesome.
Lightning strike.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm empty.
So what we did there was we went in, got our extra little damage, and then at the moment when we should have been paying attention to where do we need to stand, we were not. And that's why we're laying on the ground, because if you make one mistake, you get put in the ground. Damn, we've been at this 30 minutes. It's time to kill this douchebag. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been trying the whole time, but I'm not dedicating a serious enough attempt. Shut up. Just shut up. You're gonna get it all now.
Gone forever. Need another mag.
Really?
More ammo.
I just advanced myself several phases. See me go up in... See me go up in the air? Yeah, shut up. Saw it as soon as it was happening. I was like, you're gonna get shocked, dude.
Need another mag. Lightning. Commence overcurrent in growth.
Take damage.
I'm empty.
Yeah, we're getting them extra stabs in, right? Alright.
Need another mag. I'm empty. Yes.
And that turret just doesn't do anything anymore. It used to actually hurt him pretty badly. Alright, we need some health back and some stamina.
Consume too much.
Come on,
Need more
dude.
ammo. Lightning. Need another mag.
Alright. Turret's not gonna do enough.
Need more ammo. Power on.
Oh, we did some good there. Are you stuck? That'd be hilarious if you're stuck.
Need another mag. You're powerless.
Okay. Come on. Getting stabbed just because you're a douche.
Can't dodge forever. I'm empty.
Alright, much better this time. Health is pretty good. We almost screwed up there. Dude, can you stop getting stuck on this thing? Alright, guys. Here's the part we always die at. Come on. Take damage. Well, we paid a price, but we're moving, right?
Need more ammo. You're no match.
Come on, shield. Come on, shield. Come on, shield. Alright, there's one. And there's blast number 2.
What a shocker.
And we did alright there.
You're powerless.
Oh, I wanted to stab him so bad right there. Holy cow. I was gonna go stab him right there too. Too far away, idiot. And now we're screwed. Because I can't jump. I can barely dodge once, dude. Critically injured. Shield is still down. And now we're hurt. So this isn't fun for me. I like challenges like anybody else. But this is what I consider a ridiculous challenge. Like, you've got to give me a chance to get up. I complain about them all the time, but one thing I hated about Destiny was when you did a nightfall, and then they were like, oh, Grandmaster Nightfalls. All they did was make the enemies hurt you more, and you hurt them less, and they made everything yellow bars. So, you know, it's just, it's annoying. This isn't fun. And I'm running grade 4. Like, yeah, I don't have any augments, but... Oh, for Christ's sakes. And you'll see I'll get through the initial phases here without getting hurt, you know?
I'm empty. Commence overcurrent influx.
That's something I don't like about any of the bad guys that can do that sensor blast or the suspensor blast, is it seems like I'm clear of it.
You're powerless.
Yeah, I'm gonna get hit by it now. But yeah, it's
Need more ammo.
the range on that thing, and I don't know if maybe it's just me, like visually I'm not seeing it properly.
Lightning
Nice
strikes
shot.
again.
That's awesome. That was luck. So we're going to sit here and trail through these guys, and we're going to go ahead and take the risk. Wanted some help. Great, he's going to shoot me up the wall now. That makes a whole lot of sense. I mean, at least the guy's aim is horrible, you know? If it wasn't for that, we might have some issues, but once you're down, it's absolutely no stress on him to get some shots in on you. You're getting stabbed right now. Didn't work, bastard.
Let's bring down that shield.
Nice punch.
You've seen too much.
I thought about it. I really did. It would have worked.
What a shocker.
This is just pattern running and hoping that nothing bad happens and we don't get combination one-shotted. I mean, again, it is very easy once you know the pattern. That was risky. Boy, we're just paying a heavy price now, huh? It's because he's almost dead. Let's just push him. So I'm not going to push it because, like you see here, I'm critically injured. There we go. Now we got that back. So now we got to evade this guy. He almost did it, didn't he? And we're going to give up the damage phase because we need health. Went wrong turn. And then we got shocked for it. Let's get our shield back. Could go up and stab him, but I want to try to be alive through this. Great. And double great, thanks. And triple great. That's, hey, great. I'm surprised it let me live there. I can get this off. Yep, good.
What a shocker!
Not sure what I'm doing wrong there, but hey, we got our shield back at least.
I'm empty.
Any day now would be great. Not the button I wanted to push, but it's the button we pushed, so come on, shield. Risky.
Lightning strikes again. Need more ammo. What a shocker!
I'm pretty sure we're dead, huh? We're off. Woo!
I'm empty.
Okay, I'm not going to complain about whatever it was that just happened there. You guys can't see this, but I'm doing things that would get me in trouble with YouTube. And it only took me 48 frickin' minutes. Oh, we're 212. That is just annoying. It's just annoying. And one thing I really hate when games do this is I hate it when they just make enemies just damage mitigation, more health points. Damage mitigation, more health points. And then those numbers just keep going up and up and up. I mean, this It's my own fault, but I'm down 10% on this armor. Just put it on. It's grade 4. I'm on level 7. And because I made one mistake each time, now I've lost 10% of my armor. I could repair it probably up to like 97, something like that. But let's see what great and wondrous rewards I'm about to get. By killing him, we ended up getting the experimental wind turbine generator. So I'm going to go ahead and craft this. And that at least will complete the mission. And now all I got to do is leave. But we're going to go into a super fancy, awesome room and see this great and wondrous gear that we're going to get that's going to make all the difference in the world. So we got a flamethrower quick loader. How many times do you see me use a flamethrower? And a heavy caliber upgrade. Both level 2s. I'm using level 4 gear. So I struggled well below what I'm supposed to be. A level 2 power harness. I'm sure people will like that. Oh, you know what? We're going to get 2 of them. Because why would I want anything else, right? I know I'm just being salty, but is this worth it? No. Not to me, which is why I don't do dungeons that often. I didn't want that stuff, but we'll just take it. We'll take some of the health packs because we used it, but not a fun use of my time. Once you get the pattern down, like you see there, I was getting better at least as I was playing. But once you get the pattern down, it's so much easier and it's really not that hard. But literally every run's got to be perfect. Because if you make one mistake, the chain reaction is going to put you down. And the dungeons are kind of the same way. All of them are. Like, you go against the Firefly, Masano. And, you know, you get caught by the flames once, now you're on fire. Now you got to try to jump up in the air and hover. While you're hovering, you can't use anything to get the fire out. So you just stand there and burn. If you land on the ground, you're on fire. It's just procedurally expert. Extra, you know, more hit points, damage mitigation. Just doesn't do it for me. And it's not just a Dune thing. That's something that I've historically not cared for when playing games. I would have much rather have gone out and tore my deep desert base down than do that. I don't know. To each his own. To each his own. Well, we kicked over the mark there. Yeah, they only get harder from here, and even if I get to the point where, let's say I master that pattern, then this is just time. It's just, I gotta run around in circles, and even if I never screw it up, it's beyond boring. It's, I don't know. Yeah. Well, like I said, we kicked over the 2-hour mark, so that's gonna be it for us. I have to finish up these tasks, and I've only got an hour and 43 minutes left to do it as far as claiming stuff. Even after this expires, I'll be able to do the other missions that I don't have loaded. This mission annoys me too. It's just a whole lot of running around. But I think what we'll do... Well, I can spring a trap and coming and going. Because they're both in the cavern and they both kind of go in the same places. If we spring the trap, that's where we have to go find out who's signaling stuff. So the first place we got to go is right up the center, right in the middle camp where, what's that, Leon is. And then we head over to that second camp. Man, it would be nice if that was one of the options, wouldn't it? These 2 missions, once we do them, should be enough to finish off. Who is it? Linder. Yeah, I just need these 2. But that'll finish them off, and then the rest of it's just points. Yeah. Dungeon's not fun for me. I do like the dark one. That one actually is kind of fun, since it's more of a melee thing and you just got to monitor the ads. And it's much less forgiving if something bad happens. Or at least at the levels I'm doing it at. I'm pretty much the same on all of these. I'm around like 5 to 8 on these things. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So, anywho's, I got stuff to do. I got 9 more missions to go through, and I guarantee you that you guys are probably so full of doing your own missions that you don't need to watch me do mine. This was just worth it for the struggle. I don't mind if you watch me struggle. Okay? If it's entertaining, we're gonna rock on. It's fun for me, at least at this point of it. But yeah, and then we got to go out. That our deep desert base should be done, processing all the ores. So it's just a matter of going out there and breaking it apart and coming back home. What do we got going for this week? Well, we're gonna redo the base. Got to put a little flair into it, get a little fancy, since it's the one that we make over and over and over again. And we're going to make use of those Chome production benefit that we're going to get through the Landsrad, 75%, or actually a 25% reduction. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to make a second run at that 6K for each category. That'll probably fill up the spice box for me, so I won't have any more space in a medium storage. So it'll be completely full of spice melange, which is awesome. I got plenty of plastonium space. And what I'm doing this for, and the reason we're heading out into the deep desert when there's other stuff to do, is because if the rumors are to be believed, that if you try to go to a server and when you look at the sieges it says locked, if that is the predecessor for a soon to be deleted server, I'm on one. I'm not sure where we're going to go. I'm just going to follow the guild. So wherever they decide, it's where I'll end up. Not sure how I want to do it, whether I want to transfer everything over, if I want to start fresh, or if I want to start a new character, but keep all my stuff, you know. But we'll see. Those are decisions I still have yet to make. But even if I don't make use of all this stuff, the fact that we're going to a brand new deep desert, don't know what the situation's like. We may go there and it may be a battle royale where everyone's fighting every single time over everything. Or it could be something that, you know, is a little more less prone to violence. People don't wake up and immediately choose it. Sometimes it has to be agreed upon. Maybe people will, you know, work together. So we don't know. But I want to basically have stores so that I can freely learn that and get an idea of what the situation is instead of being under the gun and having to do it. So that's my goal. That's what I'm doing here. And we'll keep going until they actually give us the word. We'll deal with it when it comes. I know a lot of people are probably really concerned. And my guild and I, my guild was just having a discussion because we did have some of our stuff get hit by bad guys. And we think we know who it was, but we did have our stuff get hit. And we had gotten very comfortable with a very comfortable deep desert experience. And that may not be the case anymore. I don't expect us to just show up and suddenly become the aggressors. We'll respond, but we're a bunch of good people, Some of us. Not all of us. There's one or two I could point to. He knows who he is. And he's watching. And it's not Jiggy. But it's an unknown. One thing I also said, and I mentioned this before, there is no point in worrying about anything when you don't know what's going to happen. Worrying is just a waste of time. Planning, different story, which is what we're doing now. I'm going to do all this, and let's say we get out there, and it is the most Woodstock, happy-go-lucky, greatest deep desert experience ever out there. No one's mad. No one's angry. They don't even carry weapons out there. Is it going to suck that I've already collected all this stuff? No. Still use it. Still become valuable. Still useful. So, there. But I'm not going to spin my wheels, waste my time, sit here and cry about the fact that the way I've been playing the game may not be the way I keep playing it. I'm going to approach it as it's an opportunity to re-experience some things and maybe get myself out of a couple of the comfortable ruts that I've allowed myself to get into, and I've seen it and I've noticed it. And maybe we'll meet some new people I like, people I won't, but it's a new experience. If it's unbearable, there's other games. I hate to say it, but there's other games. Or there's Haga Basin. Could just sit here and do this crappy dungeon over and over and over again. My next journeys, I have to beat this at level 20 and then level 30. I'm at level 8 now. I just did 7 and it took a while. Of course, if I went back in right now and did 8, I'd probably have a much better time. I couldn't tell you the last time I was in this thing. It's been 2 weeks at least. At least. Probably the week of, and maybe in the beginning of the week after Chapter 3 dropped, I was in here, and then I just got tired of it and was like, yeah, I don't want to go do this anymore. So I stopped. That's been, I don't know how long. So, yeah, once you get into the rhythm, it's a little bit better. So I could probably go in there and have a better time now than I did when I just first ran through here. But we'll see. Who knows? It's unknown. So I'm gonna try to keep a happy face on and see what it becomes. Worst case scenario, it sucks on our roll. It's an option. Don't want to take that. Not saying I'm going to. But it remains to be seen. If you are like me and you have a guild, this will kind of be nice because, you know, you get some feelers, you get some other people's advice. Maybe they'll go onto a server and be like, yeah, this one's nasty. These people are screaming at each other all the time. And then some of them might come back and say, yeah, it's pretty chill. Doesn't seem like it's so bad. If you're by yourself and you have to do this, good luck. I mean, that's all I can say. You don't know until you get there. So picking the server, I can't tell you to pick one that's a high population. I can't tell you to pick one that's a low. I mean, they're dropping, let's just throw a number out. Do not quote me on this. I don't need to hear it from Funcom. Not like they've ever talked to me before, but I don't want the first time to be chewing my ass. But let's say that, you know, they take out the bottom 25% of servers as far as population goes. Well, once they do that, there's a new bottom population set, you know. And when everybody condenses, you don't know where they're going. So you could look at a server and be like, oh man, this will be a good one because there's barely anybody on it. And there might be a whole lot of other people thinking the same thing, which means you could find yourself on a very populated server, but it might also be a lot of people that have the same mind frame as you. So I don't know. When it actually happens, when they make the announcements, then we'll actually start doing stuff. I am planning some content based around it and what my experiences are. But we'll have to see. So, hey, you're welcome, Christopher. How's Norway doing? See, I do remember. That would be great if I'm wrong. yeah, so we're just gonna play it by ear. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing until we have to find a new way to do it, or we find a new place to do things. So anyway, I'm gonna go finish off these rest of these missions for skill points that I'm not sure why I care. And then we're gonna go tear down a deep desert base so I don't lose a whole bunch of materials that I don't want to lose. And then we will be back on Wednesday like normal. So until then, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share. Those things are definitely helping the channel out. We are continuing to grow. Super excited about that. And as always, I'll see you out there. Take care.